And man, April was a fucking busy month now, was it? I can't believe that this topic has gotten pushed down this far. But that just so happens that it was out of the virtue of happening earlier in the month as opposed to later. And that was the Derek Chauvin verdict. Now, if you were paying attention, that was what caused, and even in Canada, that was what caused a lot of the Black Lives Matter riots and upheavals, and not so necessarily in Canada riots. I felt like many of the people were peacefully protesting. I didn't see any stories or hear any stories of violent acts or anything like that. So far as we could tell from what happened in Toronto, at least there were. But it did cause protests, and the police officer that killed George Floyd by suffocating him with his knee to the neck during a quote arrest, not quote execution like it should have been. And it's a good sign. It's a good sign that America is starting to come to their senses with these things. Like, from my perspective, I think that anybody with a large amount of power over somebody else should be punished harder for these incidents that it's not really an incident, like these killings. Same thing with that one shooting that happened. Like, you can tell from the body cam that the kid has his hands up and he was shot after he had his hands up, after he surrendered. Like, with more power comes more responsibility. You want to be a police officer, you want to get good benefits, have a good paycheck. You want to do something that's hard. You have the power, all the power in the situation. You need to be punished harder, not softer, because you're doing the government's work when things go absolutely apeshit. Like, the amount of damage, the amount of monetary and sociological damage that occurred from one fucking guy, one fucking closeted racist fuck. The amount of damage that one person was able to create is unforgivable, right? I mean, like, I get the impression that a lot of these police officers are just angry that they missed their coffee break or something. Like, that's your job. You're supposed to defuse these situations, and when the person runs away, he's getting more charges when he gets caught, but that doesn't mean you can fucking like bust fucking 60 shots in the air to try and endanger everybody else's lives to try and get this guy. I mean, if he happens to be faster and stronger and outpowers and runs away from you, that's what happens. Is he attacking you? That's a different story. Where are you shooting him? Like, if he's just running and putting his hands up, you cannot shoot somebody then. So with great power comes great responsibility. And instead of police getting charged lighter for these situations, when these altercations occur, they need to be punished harder, and you need to take a firm line against that shit, because that right now, that straight up is abuse of power, and the fallout of what can happen as a result of that is monumental. It can literally break society. It can it can destroy cities. It can destroy states. So I'm glad to see that things are finally turning for the better. Life in prison is that's honestly like a good outcome for him. He should face the death penalty for having the power that he did and abusing using it in the way that he did to murder an individual, either it was the dumbest thing he could have did at the time. Either he was like, which isn't true, but like giving him like looking at the possible extreme, either was extremely stupid way to arrest somebody, or it was straight up murder. And either way, either of which should be unforgivable if you're just so absent-minded that you're on somebody's neck causing suffocation, or you're doing it intentionally. Either way, if you're that stupid to fucking do something like that, you need to stupidity should not be rewarded. That's the end of the story.